Thanks for joining, everyone. Tom will get started in just a minute.
Hey, folks, good afternoon. I will tell you that today has been a very interesting day. I'm trying to factor everything into it, but it's sort of like one of these spin days. But anyway, welcome, and we're going to talk about something really important about to happen. I hope you can be part of it, and why I believe the best trading opportunity in over 4 years will kick off in less than 2 weeks. Guess what? We're less than 2 weeks right now. Now remember, profits and performance shown are not typical. We make no future earnings claims and you may lose money. The following presentation is based on historical research with the benefit of 2020 hindsight. Examples on hand picked in order to demonstrate the potential of this opportunity. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and you should never risk more than you can afford to lose in trading. See our terms on the DTI homepage for more information. There's a little known market occurrence that happens in the morning after every presidential election. The morning this year will happen on November the 6th, and it can tip off the direction of the stock market for the next 2 weeks. Doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat at the end of the day, a bull market or a bear market. After each and every presidential election night, we see a 10 to 14 day wave of momentum throughout the market. And as I'll show you in a minute, I think it's the strongest and most predictable trend in the entire market. And anyone who knows about this once every 4 year trend, that's you now, can simply ignore the polls, skip the election results, watch for the parties, kick off a what could be a 2 week trading windfall when the trend is first confirmed on election night. Like back in 1996, here's a chart of the S&P SPY back then. Notice the sideways and the chop. The bears and bulls were duking it out and no one really taking over. But that doesn't matter one bit, because overnight on election day and going into the next morning, the markets popped. Boy, did they. Tipping off the S&P direction for the next 2 weeks. Look at that trend. And all in all, the S&P ended up roaring right around 10% in 14 days. To give you an idea, that's about what the S&P normally returns in an entire year. Look at the results: 150 years, 100 years, 50 years, the average return. Very important 14-day period. But it happened here in 1/20th of the time. I would say pay attention. And it was completely predictable. And this wasn't a time either. It happens every single election cycle. You simply wait until election night after results are in and piggyback the stock market for the next 10 to 14 days. In our research, we saw the same thing happen in the very next presidential election in 2000. Before the election, the markets were forming a bullish ascending triangle. Going on election night, going into the next day, an overnight bearish candle took out the support, and it was clear as day. Everybody could see it. What do you think happened next? S&P took a 2 week nosedive. You see, by simply dissecting overnight price going into the next day on the S&P 500, folks have a shot to take advantage of one of the strongest and most predictable trends that I've ever seen. We don't have to flip a coin wondering where the markets will go next. Get on board. We simply wait for Wall Street to show their hand, then we jump in for the ride. call this market occurrence a White House wave. And these White House waves come without fail each and every election season. Of note, like the next election in 2004, market seesawed for 2 weeks before the election day, going nowhere fast. But then in the overnight hours on election night, going into the next day, S&P broke out. And anyone need to do is just wait until election night next morning. Results were in because another huge White House wave kicked off for the next 2 weeks, sending the S&P soaring almost 5.3% in a matter of days. And when that happened, it sent other stocks flying with it too. Stocks like XOM and Boeing raced higher as well, nearly 10% on the underlying alone. If you're trading options, that would be more like 115, 150%, about 15 to that 10. Rinse and repeat, see if you can spot the White House wave in 2008. Remember that election? Anyone trading before the election probably drew some lousy trend lines like these. Maybe they loaded up on long positions, hope the trend would continue. But on election night and into the next day, the break came, fell out of bed. Now you folks here are pretty smart. What do you think happened next? Tell me what you think happened next. If you're out there, tell me what you think happened next. Diana says, down for 2 weeks. Cyrus? Post the comments in the chat. Did it go up or down? Going to give you a minute to see what the guesses in the chat say. I see down. I see down. I got Cyrus saying up. Everybody else is saying down. Down. Bob says downtown. Well, if you're paying attention, you'll know it was a clear signal that stocks were about to drop. Focus. And sure enough, off to the races to the downside, since stocks fallen lower and lower. Traders who got in early would like to have been crushed by the move lower, losing their entire position. But anyone who waited for election night and overnight market activity could have avoided some painful losses, or maybe made some extra cash as the S&P dropped nearly 20%. Basic put options would have paid upwards of 500%. Let me say that again. Basic put options would have paid upwards of 500% return on investment during that same time frame. That ought to get your attention. That would be like investing $1,000 and watching it pay out 5,000 days later. Folks, this is serious stuff. Pay attention. Or maybe 2,500, 12,500. And the best part, you wouldn't have needed to predict anything. You'd simply wait for the overnight data and pre-market data. And what would you do? You'd have went in there and played the market down for that 2-week move. Are you guys starting to see the power of these 4-year cycles? Tell me yes. Type it into the chat room. Are you seeing the cycle? Give me a yes in the chat if you do. Look at it again in the next election. Now we're at 2012, getting better and better. Not much action going into election day. But overnight, big drop in the S&P 500. What came next? 5% market tumble. Pretty cool. How about the following election, 2016, when Trump was elected? I remember it like it was yesterday. They threw the old switcheroo. Watch. Down we came into election day. Look at that. But again, doesn't matter at all. It's the time after the election. That up bar came, going into the next day, clear-cut sign that a bullish White House wave was about to start, and sure enough, off we went. And actually, it looked eerily similar back in 2020. Let's look at 2020. Downward trend coming in. Overnight pop on election results. Up we went. Huge market rally. Just look at the results year after year. There they are, folks, laid out for you. Take a picture of this. This is great research to refer back to when? November the 5th. And no, the start date was close to total certainty. We know exactly when it is. Because every 4 years, these White House waves kick off on election night going into the next day. And anyone who waits until election night to confirm the trend and trade the wave could have unlocked some pretty serious paydays in recent years. All while ignoring everything else, polling numbers, earnings and fundamentals, ignoring the existing trend in the market. And even better, maybe scored some big option results on the top stocks within the S&P 500. Like back in 2012, it brought the broad market down 5% lower. Now, what would you play if it was going down? That's what you got to be thinking about. Apple got hit even harder, and anyone who knew about the White House wave could have cashed in 128.87%. Or in 2020, when the markets raced higher, companies like Boeing led the pack, jaw-dropping potential option returns, 794. So here's the million-dollar question. How can you best take advantage of the White House wave that we expect to kick off in 2 weeks? I've been in the trenches for 20 plus years trading these. Every election's different. I've been with my students every presidential election since DTI was founded in 1996. And I can tell you that without fail, these White House waves start to take shape on election night. But remember, we don't try to front run the event and gamble on the outcome just because 1 year did something else. We let the trade come to us. Patience will pay. 2016 is a perfect example. Shortly after midnight, the Dow futures hit limit down. I was with the crowd of DTI students. I said it's a buy because other criteria played into this, meaning they sank 5%. It could trade no lower on that night. Look what happened. Everybody was gearing up to short the stock based on past performance, but that would have been a big mistake. The right move would be to let the trade come to you and follow the White House way. Anyone who would have done that would have cashed in big over the next 2 weeks, and I did. And option bets placed on the SPY that day could have ripped higher over the following 2 weeks, climbing as high as 284% return. Oh, it was heaven. And even better, knowing the bullish sentiment following the election night, could have been also cashed in big on some of the other top stocks. Like the triple-digit move in JPM, I talked about it today, financials, 642% in 1 week on options. U.S. Steel, 660%, moved even higher. But anyone who guessed wrong on election night or tuned out early had missed it entirely. There's certain steps. That's why it's so important to have the experience to trade election night with me. And I don't want to send you on your way without giving you a chance to be with me and take advantage of 3 decades of DTI knowledge and expertise. So you're invited to trade election night with me and my DTI team through a special live trade focus group I call Midnight Rider. On election night, it's the night owl, not the early bird who gets the worm. I want to invite you to join me identifying the White House wave in real time with the DTI team. And here's how it will work. On election night, which is on that Tuesday, November the 5th, we'll meet at 8 o'clock. Tuesday, that same night at 10, I'll give you the final evaluation. Get some sleep. But remember, the White House wave has lasted for a week or more, at least every election since 1996. So I want to just coach you through those early steps to get you on the right side. That's why we'll trade together again live on the morning after election night. Maybe we'll know who the president is by that time. Maybe we won't. It doesn't matter. I will read the market based on experience and what I expect and get you on the right side. Because Wall Street will already have made up its mind on the outcome, and the White House wave will begin to form. Just like our research shows back in 2000. Remember that one? President Bush would be fully confirmed as winner until the Supreme Court decision on December the 12th. But anyone who knew about the wave could have already cashed in on a huge downside move. And whatever the fallout this time around, we'll trade it live together the morning after the election. Again, no White House wave in the last 3 decades has been one and done. We have multiple opportunities. And that's why I want to offer you 2 more live trading sessions in the 2 weeks after the election. On Thursday, November the 7th, and on Monday, November the 11th. What a day. 10:30. All told, with the Midnight Rider, you have access to at least 5 hours of live trading with the DTI team. Tuesday, November the 5th, twice. November the 6th, once. November the 7th, on Thursday, and on Monday at 10:30. And together we'll attempt to capture massive moves like we saw back in 2020. Lilly shot higher over the next month, 728%. See these kind of moves in that short period of time, what it does to options? He made a huge move out of nowhere, another 768% return. Citigroup, 781. It did even better. Financials. Now, later in my career, I value my time more and more highly, and I pick and choose how I invest it very carefully. Here's where I'm going to invest a lot of time. These White House waves are one of the most powerful trading forces that we've seen in my career, and I'm happy to commit 5 hours or more of my time to trading them live with you. Still, you know, some of my students have paid a lot more, $5,000 or more, for access to this kind of intensive live trading with me. Some of them are probably in the chat right now. I even have students that traded those years with me. They're in this chat right now, and might even tell you, they'll tell you it was worth every penny. Like Carol, since she's been working with us, we've been able to help her reach her financial goals this year, and she never thought she'd be able to do it till she went through the training and learned how to do it. She makes passive income now in her sleep. Or Edwin, been with me over 13 years. He's been with me a very, very many elections. A lot faster way to get there if you pay attention. He's trying to get his daughters involved now. Now, no question, it might be worth at least what we charged before, $5,000. After all, single White House wave in our research without multiple triple-digit option moves in the weeks after the election, but before your eyes pop out anywhere, we're not going to charge $5,000. In fact, let's cut to the chase here. I want to give you access to Midnight Rider for over 90% off the standard price today. Instead of paying $5,000, you only pay $497 to be with me, all 5 trading sessions. But there are a couple more things I want to do to make this decision a no-brainer. Like I said, the White House wave is simply the most powerful trading trend that I've seen in my career. Up or down, we will be ready. We'll be positioned. Be with us. Again, take a snapshot of this to have as a guide. Republican or Democrat, doesn't matter. We'll play the market with whatever they deal. Incumbent or first timer, doesn't matter. We've seen a 10 to 14 day wave once it starts, and we're going to take advantage of it. So I'm very confident, I'm not cocky about what's about to happen. You got to be part of it. That's why you get my 3-branch guarantee. Branch 1. If you don't feel like a better trader after I teach and show you how this works in real time, and not becoming a full-fledged Midnight Rider, we'll refund every penny of your membership cost. If you don't see at least 3 winners, you'll get your membership costs back. Branch number 3, 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can't get better than this. Ultimately, I want Midnight Rider to be the best trading investment you could possibly make. So giving our team, we got one clear instruction. Anyone who comes to all the live trading session with Midnight Rider, takes it seriously, trades the White House wave with us for 2 weeks, leaves the program even a fraction less than 100% satisfied. Hey, you just had a lot of education, a lot of great trades at no cost. You get an instant refund for every penny you paid to join. I'm very confident about this wave. It's about to start. You got to get on board. I'll have an orientation class, and that kicks off in 2 weeks. Now, nothing should stop you from taking advantage of it. It's just $497. If you're ready to claim your access, get your ticket, get all 3 branches of the refund guarantee for just $497. Then click the link Adam is dropping in the chat. reserve your seat in the Midnight Rider. It's $4.97. Only $4.97 for the 5 hours of live instructions. You go to dtitrader.com/midnight or call 904-416-1776. Now, it's a hot ticket, I understand, and so we limited the number of people that can come. I think the class, I don't know anybody that has this kind of experience trading for the last 30 years, these elections, okay? And to make sure we're able to process everyone who wants to join, we got to set the limit. We take 270 votes to make the electoral college. So 270 is the number. We're going to cut it off, get a 90% discount on that price. Don't delay. Go for $4.97 for the 5 hours of instruction and trading, DTItrader/midnight, or you can call 904-416-1776. Now, I'm going to answer all these questions, but first, there's one more thing I want to cover. I hope you're going to dtitrader.com/midnight right now to join us. But once your order is set, do not close the next page. On that page, I've authorized a special opportunity with the Midnight Rider students. The election is going to create some major waves in the stock market, and with the big waves comes big stock moves. With the elections come and gone, we're still able to target these type of outside opportunity. No one is better, are they, finding this outside opportunity? Options as low as 25 cents. You will get your share of those being a Midnight Rider. Certain days when we know the markets are making big moves. We got one right now, November 5th. Elections, earnings reports, major economic reports, Fed meetings, all that is important. Be part of it. By the way, we got a Fed meeting too in this part. I think it's November 7th. On these days, there's a special type of trade. We've been famous for focusing on this sector, low-priced options, and target the same kind of outside moves we'll target Midnight Trader. As a bonus, I've got a special price for members who join us today. So don't wait another second. Go to this website. The special price with all the bells and whistles is guaranteed for the first 270 of it. Call 904-416-1776. How much money is needed? We'll target some inexpensive options. We'll target some more expensive, no more than $3 per option. 1,000, 2,000 to get you started to cover anything I give you. Do you need to be an option master? No, these will be simple trades. Simple trades. We'll walk through everything you need to know together. Will every trade be a winner? And of course not. We never guarantee winners, but I expect great trade setups. Great question. I'll answer in a second. How long does the guarantee last? I want you to come to all the classes and trade with us. Then we'll give you that extra week to claim your membership refund if you want it. I doubt anybody will want to. What if there's volatility? We love it if there's volatility. The whole point of trading elections is to take advantage of the big moves with our special tools and take advantage of it. Do you need a special brokerage account? Nope. Any broker that allows option trading, any broker will be just fine. How many trades can you expect? Well, I expect maybe as many as 10 trades over this period of time. I'm expecting the richest trading environment in recent memory. The only way to know the exact number is join in. We only trade when the odds are in our favor. Trade with us live. You call 904-416-1776, press 1, or go to dtitrader.com/midnight. Folks, there it is. I did everything. One of the questions was, do you need a futures account at night? No. I will give you indexes that you can trade 24 hours. You don't need a futures account. If you got one, we'll talk about that too. But the point is, you don't need one. And they will not all be day trades. Probably 1 to 3 days will be the max hold, Robert. Unless you want to ride one to 10 or 12 days, we'll see what the market tells us. Our goals hit our targets, book it, grow your account, and have everybody that joins me for the Midnight Rider becomes a true election night Midnight Rider, wearing that title proudly the next time you have a big election. I laid it out there for you. Anybody got any other questions? Like Robert, thank you, Diana, for joining. Roy joining, they're coming in. We only got 270 slots, so I get it. You got any other questions, or you trying to take one of those spots? Take it. I don't know what else to do, but tell you. It'd be like I'm whispering in your ear, okay? This is separate. This is separate. This is a special event I'm hosting with this strategy to take advantage of the 2024 presidential election. We meet that night of the election, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and the next morning. About 10:30 the next morning. Anybody got any questions? Now's the time to ask. All right, folks. Mickey, it's an upgrade at a special price if you want to get into 25-cent trader. That's why you should close it after you join. Hey, Marianne. Hope your back's feeling better. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I have a wrap-up session tomorrow afternoon. Hope I see y'all there. And hey, Tuesday night, election night, one of the most sought-after tickets in the world is to be at my election party. Why? Why do you think everybody wants to be in that election party? Based on the history of me doing it for the last 20 years. That's why. So I'm going to close it down. If you got any questions, you can send it to one of our people. They'll help you. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate all of you. Daniel, put your email and phone number if you can't get in. They're going to stop it at 270. That'll protect you. Put your email and phone number, and they'll take it and make sure you got it included, okay? I don't want anybody to be left out that wants to be part of being a Midnight Rider. I'm so excited about this, aren't I? I am excited. I've seen what happened in the past. Diana, it's her birthday that night. The first trade I'm going to dedicate to Diana. All right, y'all have a good night. See ya.